You ever heard somebody use that word?
Sorry, I'm good.
Yeah. If somebody say, you know, I think you trying to be crafty with me. What does that word crafty mean?
All that.
Like what you say, slick? Like trying to be slick. You know what I'm saying? That's another good word for crafty. Read it again.
They have taken crafty counsel.
A slick counsel, crafty counsel. Read.
Against thy people.
Against thy people. Who is the people that is just, he was just talking beginning, that thy enemies. Who was he talking to? The Most High? God. Read it again.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Against thy people. Because what you gonna realize is God hasn't chosen certain people on earth.
That's right.
But when you go to the Christian church, they teach you that God, everybody is for God.
Right.
God loves everybody. It don't matter. He loves the sinner and everybody. But when you open up the Bible, you can't find that nowhere in the Bible. That's our problem. Read it again.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Remember that. It say, and consulted against thy hidden ones. When I first asked y'all, what was y'all nationality, what y'all say? You said black. What was African American? It said they have taken crafty counsel against thy hidden ones. Because like I just told you, you never heard of these names before. Most of them. You heard of a few of them, but you heard of these names all the time. So that's how you become hidden. Because now they don't no longer call you Judah, they call you American blacks. They no longer call the tribe of Benjamin what God called them and what his father named them. They call them West Indians. They no longer call Levi the tribe of Levi, they call them Haitians. These is not the name that God gave them. That's why the Bible say thy hidden ones. Right. They took, because they spend trillions and trillions of dollars to keep this Bible and keep us knowing our nationality. By how? By media, by music, by television. All of these things puts us in a trend to fall asleep. So why? We'll stay hidden. We won't know that we Judah. We won't know that we Benjamin. We won't know that we Levi. We won't, Issachar won't know, the so-called Mexicans won't know they come from the tribe of Issachar.
Bring it out.
That's why I say hidden ones. Read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
What they say? What God enemies say?
Come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
God enemies said, come and let us cut them off for being a nation. Right here. These is the enemies of God. And the Bible is going to list them off as we go down. These is the people who said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
Just teaching us.
Read.
That the name Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That what?
That the name Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That our forefather, whose name was Jacob, whose name was later changed to Israel, who had 12 sons, they will no longer be in remembrance. We're going to cut them off. We're going to give them project buildings, stack them on top of each other. We're going to redline them. We're going to tell them that they are African Americans that come from two white men. We're going to give them church and tell them Sunday is the Sabbath day. We're going to tell them Christ was born on December 25th and it's Christmas. That's Jesus' birthday. These is all the things that they was going to do to consult. Read it again.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a nation. Let's give them Easter and tell them that bunnies hop around and drop eggs out of them. And just color them and paint them up and send the kids to find them through the yard. And that's cutting us off from being a nation. Because you can't find Easter with bunnies laying eggs in the Bible. You can't find put up a tree in your house and celebrate it as Christmas and that Christ was born on December 25th in the Bible. That's how they cut us off. But what you can find in the Bible is God said, don't celebrate Christmas. Did you know that? Did you know that was in the Bible?
Celebrate Christmas.
Sister, what's your name?
Don't.
Daphne. Did you know that celebrate Christmas, not to celebrate Christmas, was in the Bible?
I didn't know it was in the Bible, but it was told to me by elder
Some people don't believe it.
That it was in the Bible.
Not born in December, because the time he was born, it wouldn't have been in December. It wasn't cold.
Yeah, you right.
Okay, that is a good point. You're absolutely right. Read that about the Christmas, Jeremiah.
Book of Jeremiah.
We're going to prove out of the Bible that you don't supposed to celebrate Christmas. Sunday, that all these churches wait all week to go to church and get dipped in water and to come back out of the water and still have the same mindset that they had when they went in the swimming pool. Right. They go right back to smoking cigarettes, stop and get them a carton of cigarettes on the way to the house, stop at the liquor store, get a whole fifth of Hennessy and drink it by itself or herself. There is nothing. The church is not changing our people. Is what we're trying to show you. Right. Read that.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Who was he talking to? Let's read it again. O house of who?
O house of Israel.
Why we can't, when we read the Bible, why we can't read it and say, O house of African Americans? Right. But we such a spiritual people, and we say we African Americans. Why when we read the Bible, when God or the prophets is talking to somebody, why don't say, "Oh, house of African Americans," or house of Mexicans? Hear the words of the Lord. Read it again.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Oh, house of Israel, because that's only who God dealt with, was the Israelites. He wasn't dealing with no African Americans.
Bring it out.
He wasn't dealing with no Mexicans. He was dealing with the Israel. That's why I say we should be hidden and we should be cut off. Because through slavery, through these whoopings and these lashes, you ever seen that movie? What's that movie when they say, your name is Toby? Roots. Did you see how they was kept? Did you see how they kept beating him? What was going on in that scene right there? What was they trying to get him to do? To forget his heritage, right? And that's how, through all of this, that's how we forgot this. And we come to this because they put this on them. But I'm going to get the key point to that. We didn't just say, okay, I want to be whipped, I want to go to slave, and I want to forget my heritage. It was something that we did between us and the Father that He allowed this to happen to us. Read that.
Thus saith the Lord.
So now I got to get some things that our people are tied into that keep us in this captivity mindset. That's some of the reason why it's still black on black crimes in the neighborhood. It's high crime rate. We have hatred for our people because of things like this. What the Bible tells us not to do. Read.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
It start off right away saying, thus saith the Lord, learn not the ways of the heathens. Why would they have to say learn not the ways of the heathens? Why would the Bible have to tell Israel to learn not the ways of the heathens? Huh?
I don't know.
Because we had our own customs. God gave us our own laws, our own customs to live by. So He say, don't learn the ways of the heathens. Let's find out what is one of the ways of the heathens that 95% of our people in the black community celebrate. Read.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain.
Hey, young brothers, so y'all celebrate Christmas?
I do.
Sometimes.
I do.
Sometimes?
I do.
Sister,
I gotta go.
Okay, make sure you get a flyer, sister. Is you gonna call the number on the back of it? Do some research and reach out. Reach out, sister. Make sure you call the number, sis.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.